Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome to another episode, a Friday fight night. Of course, we only have two fight nights. Wow. 2 fight nights before the first fight night exclusive pay-per-view of the year. We already have a pretty decent idea of the majority of the card, but we've got plenty more to come before that. Starting tonight with an open challenge. Of course, Big Willie's Television Open Challenge is officially open again. And look who has answered the call. Someone who's been very vocal about his opinions about being in this tag team as of late. It is Alan Hart, accompanied by his new tag team partner, I guess, in Peter Bolton. Alan Hart has been very vocal and said this, he doesn't enjoy being a part of this team with Peter Bolton. He believes he's better than Peter Bolton on many levels, but that's just been a repeat theme between the two. They both seem to think that they're better than each other. How do they ever expect to progress as a tag team if they're not willing to trust each other? That's been their biggest issue, especially after they picked up their first actual win last week as a team against the Cottrells. They've got to start working together now because there is something there for this team. But Alan Hart clearly isn't interested in all of that. Tonight, Alan Hart focusing on the Television Championship, his first ever attempt at capturing the Television Championship following the trade to Mayhem. And of course, a lot of these Mayhem guys coming over, they're going to think, well, it's, you know, they can do this since it's their first try. They're going to upset the odds and beat Big Willie. That's exactly what Alan Hart thinks tonight. I'm sure Pete and Bolton just here to watch and see if his partner's words ring true and whether he proves to be better than him. Here comes Big Willie's The Horns of War sound again for the Television Champion, who puts his title on the line once again. And again at the pay-per-view, he'll be doing another open challenge for the Television Championship. A top-tier level fighter, always has been, always will be one of the best television champions we've had. Most title defenses in history, longest single title reign in Television Championship history. And of course, coming up to the end of the next Mayhem pay-per-view, he would have held that title for a combined 1 year over the stint of his 2 title reigns. A truly dominant champion, but he's a fighting champion. He's the champion that the people want. A lot of people saying they want a world champion like that. Well, they've got Big Willie, who once again puts the Television Championship on the line, as he's done most weeks without fail. Took a month off last month, but the challenger, Alan Hart, is coming down to do this. And Peter Bolton, I think he's just here to watch, to be honest. I don't see him getting involved. I don't see him helping Alan Hart at all. I think he's just here to watch and see if Alan Hart is as good as he claims he is and is able to slay Big Willie and take the Television Championship from him. The champion, of course, not backing down from any challengers. Everyone is welcome, and no surprise to see that Big Willie is once again out here defending the Television Championship. I'm starting to become accustomed to seeing that title around his shoulder and around his waist. And I said last week that I couldn't picture anyone else with the title. Maybe you guys can, I can't. But we'll have to wait and see who the first person is going to be. At some point, he's going to have to lose that title. Someone is going to have to pin him in a title match. That's never been done before, despite the fact he did lose the championship to JW Cashman a couple of months ago, but that was in triple threat circumstances. Here we go, Alan Hart's first attempt. Can he do it? Bell rings and away we go. Television Championship on the line, and Alan Hart, who is trying to prove a point here to the general manager, to his tag team partner, trying to prove that he is as good as he claims to be. Oh, look at this, trying to toss Big Willie on the outside, and Big Willie makes him pay for it. And Big Willie, of course, as I said, at the next Mayhem pay-per-view, as it would have been this time a year ago, he would have won his first Television Championship. And of course, he only lost it once since then, but has never been pinned or submitted in the ring. He lost it in a triple threat as William Hale was defeated by JW Cashman, who took the Television Championship. Big Willie, the second Television Champion in history, but only 2 of 3. As he's dealt with most challenges. The count is rising here. If this ends in count, I remember champion's advantage. The title does not change hands. Hart needs to get Big Willie back in the ring here. I can't see what the ref's count is from this angle, but it is rising. This might end in a double count out if we're not careful. Count of 8. The referee's screaming at him to get back in the ring. Count of 9. Oh, and Alan Hart made the mistake of trying to get him out here. Oh, look at this Big Willie trying to stop the referee's count. Trying not to let it end like this, but Big Willie wins anyway. And the ref, look at him, he's not happy about that. He didn't want it to end like that. And I don't think Alan Hart did either. I think he just embarrassed himself there. What a disappointing attempt there from Alan Hart. His first ever attempt at the championship. And he is just look at Peter Bolton. You can just see the corner of your screen, him crossing his arms. He is not impressed with his tag team partner, especially after the claims he's made earlier on this week. Well, Big Willie walks away the winner here tonight, but I'm sure he'll be waiting for more challengers who are going to bring a bit more of a fight than that in the near future. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some action from the women's division. Of course, we already know that Laura Stables will be cashing in her rematch clause for the Fight Night Women's Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view for the Fight Night brand. But tonight, we're going to get to see the new champion in action. She takes on Barbie Versace, who made her debut a few weeks ago against Wildcat. And that's actually part of the reason why we haven't seen her again. The general manager, Theodore Adam Wright, was not impressed with the way that Barbie Versace handled the injury of Wildcat during their match. If you remember back to a few weeks ago, Versace faced Wildcat and the match ended in TKO as Wildcat was declared unfit to continue the match. But Barbie Versace took it upon herself to wipe her out anyway, and the Queen Bee assaulted Wildcat after the match was done. Not a popular move for her, but the Queen Bee made her statement known, and the general manager said to take a bit of time off camera to cool it, get yourself a bit of a more level-headed and actually, think about what you did. We'll see if she actually did, but the message was clear. She wants to be a women's champion, so excuse her for, taking the initiative, I guess. I don't know where I stand on it. It was harsh, it was unnecessary, especially after the beatdown that she had just given her. But she, regardless, you can't argue with the result. And here comes now, for the first time with the title over her shoulder, the Fight Night Women's Champion, Brooke Danger. After finally getting her opportunity, she only needed one. She finally captured the Women's Championship. She's promised everyone, she promised the world that she would only need one attempt to become the Fight Night Women's Champion. And in one attempt, in her first title match in WIW, Brooke Danger became Fight Night Women's Champion. The former UFC champion adds another piece of gold to her arsenal. Huge win for the Danger family. We now have two Dangers with titles over their shoulders. And Barbie Versace will have a keen eye on how that goes and how the rematch goes. She's going to want the Women's Championship. I'm sure she'll do whatever it takes to get it. Bell rings and away we go, and look at Versace straight on the attack here, striking here with the UFC champ, that is the former UFC champ, that is, in Brooke Danger. And Barbie Versace has been eager to get back into the ring, unhappy with her treatment so far. One match, and because she got a little bit carried away, people, she's been taken off camera, told to think about what she's doing, and it's harsh and it isn't. I think it's fair, but it wasn't an official suspension. It wasn't publicized or anything. They just told her, take some time off camera and I will put you back on when I feel like you're ready to be put back on camera. And so, at the same time, you can't blame either side, really, for being upset. But look at this, straight out the gate here. Brooke Danger trying to fight back after a little bit of a slow start there. And Versace now going to have to indulge some of the pressure here from Brooke Danger. Now the fight's coming in. Oh, what a power slam there. Lifting her up very high. And now Barbie Versace needs to bounce back here with some strikes of her own, and she is here. Look at the kicks now, flying in. And she really is favoring the striking right now. Both of these women will favor it. Look at this. Brooke Danger trying to roll away here from Versace, who's landed some big strikes. And look at the Queen Bee telling her to get back in the ring and punches her for good measure. An interesting start here to this encounter between these two women. Two women who will do whatever is necessary to get the job done. Look at this. Submission hold on the outside. Won't get the job done, but it'll wear her down, that's for sure. Barbie Versace, this is what I'm talking about. Clearly very brutal. Do whatever is necessary to win the title. She has that mentality. That could go far. Now look at this. Getting revenge of her own with the same submission hold. And they need to keep an eye on the count here. A count of 5. We don't want another count out in the first two matches of the night. Count of 7. We might actually get that. Brooke Danger's going to charge into the ring. But she's been working away on the leg of Versace, and you can see that she's clearly hurt in the leg. Count of 8. Needs to get back in the ring here, Versace. And just at the count of 9, she does. And Brooke Danger was more than happy to take that count-out win there. Look at this beautiful suplex. Manages to spin Brooke Danger around. And Danger's struggling here out the gate. Versace doing a fantastic job of squaring up to the champion. And I don't think many people saw Versace as a person who would be the one coming on the attack in this match. Look at that massive clothesline. Sends Brooke Danger and Versace out to the outside. A fantastic battle so far, and Versace is not giving the new champion a night off here. She is really putting her through her paces. In her hunt for the Women's Championship opportunity, Versace has a brilliant chance here if she can put away the champion. Went for the cover, only getting an early 1 count. For Brooke Danger, of course, she knows she'll have to worry about Laura Stables again in 2 weeks' time as she cashes in her rematch. But tonight she is being put through the ringer, and now she can land some strikes of her own. Sending it to the corner. Versace in a lot of trouble. Oh, well countered though. Very nicely done. Versace now probably going to try and look for a big move, just like this. Look at this. Getting her up. Oh, no! And into a flapjack almost by Brooke Danger. What a counter. And now look at this. Might pay for that one mistake there. Versace taken down with a Falcon Arrow. Very nicely done, but... Oh, wait, no. Oh, look at this. She's here. Laura Stables, and she does not look happy. Brooke Danger talking to her, not happy at all. Look at this. Versace trying to get behind, trying to get the sneak up on Brooke Danger. And it might just have worked here. Look at this. Gets behind, and oh, just taking it down. And Laura Stables with the distraction. The mind games on display here. And now Versace can take advantage. Rolls through. Super kick to the jaw. Nicely done by Versace, who now plays to the crowd. And Laura Stables, it looks like she's taking a seat here at ringside. Looks like she's enjoying what she's seeing here from Versace. Look at this. As Brooke is trying to get up, she's taken straight back down by Barbie Versace. Beautiful stomp to the top of the head. Is that going to be enough to put the champ away? No, she just gets up at the count of 2 and about 3/4 there. Huge kick out by Brooke. And I'm sure that the added addition of Laura Stables at ringside is going to spike Brooke Danger's offense up a bit. And just like that, she does. Running haymaker. And look at that, a stunned Barbie Versace. Oh, look, or maybe a not stunned Barbie Versace. Did not stay down for as long as I thought she would there. Straight back up as Danger was looking for a finishing touch. Looking for that signature roundhouse kick of hers that can put this match away if she can land it. Versace says no, but Danger still fighting back. Beautiful counter. And now looking for the roundhouse kick again. In a lot of trouble here is Barbie Versace. Looking for it. Beautiful. Oh no! Sidestepped. Oh, and Versace gets caught taunting. She's lucky she didn't get caught with it there. Instead, Brooke Danger straight back on the offensive. And a big strike to the jaw of Barbie Versace. Made a mistake there. Getting caught taunting after coming up the counter. Trying to play the mind games for Versace. She's already got the psychological advantage in this match, you've got to believe. But now Brooke Danger is really angry. And taking her frustrations out on the current challenger. Danger family super kick. Right to the jaw of Barbie Versace. And trying to fight back now. She gets caught taunting. She's made the mistake. Now needs to fight on from that mistake. She's still taunting. Really is winding up Brooke Danger here, and she might pay for that. Massive Superman punch. And Barbie might live to rue the mistakes of taunting the champion. Roundhouse kick to the top of the skull. And just like that, the rookie, no match for the new champion. Brooke Danger gets the job done. Beautifully done, and I can't imagine Versace is going to be too happy at that, especially the start she got off to. But then, like I say, she tried to win the mind game battle by taunting and winding up the champion constantly every opportunity she got. And she paid the price for it. I think she thought she put it away there with the stomp, but she couldn't. And from there, it was all Brooke Danger. This was her last saving grace, but then look, straight into getting caught taunting. And Brooke Danger, the new champion, gets the job done. And Laura Stables can't be too happy about that. Look at her on the outside, not impressed. Brooke Danger sends a warning, saying, I'm not going down like that. You're going to have to try something better than that, Stables, if you're going to get the championship back from me. It's going to be one hell of a rematch between these two, just like it was the first time they went round. But I have a feeling that Barbie Versace isn't going to be too happy about how things have gone down tonight either. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some action from Dino D, who I believe is scheduled to compete, but apparently he has something to say. First off, I'm sure he's going to be very disappointed that he was unable to capture the Hardcore Championship at Resurrection. I genuinely thought that he was going to get that, to be fair, at some points in that match. Didn't really go for the climb, got a little bit carried away in his battles with Jake Griffiths, I noticed at times, and didn't really prioritize the ladder over beating him down. And maybe this is what that's about. I have no idea what Dino D has to say, but he's making his way down here. We are expecting him to compete here tonight, but we do not know what he is here to say to all of us, so I guess we just hand the microphone over to him. Last week at Resurrection, I got distracted. I got too busy focusing on getting my hands on Jake Griffiths for some revenge. I didn't even focus on the prize, and as a result, I lost the Hardcore Championship. But you know what? Whilst I was in that match, I realized that the title didn't matter to me. For the first time in my career, I prioritized revenge over glory. And that made me think to myself that I need to step in the ring with this pest and put him away for good. And I know that he only wants a challenge to his title and nothing else. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend the next week working out really hard, proper getting through the reins, and next week I am going to weigh myself. And if that scale reads 205 pounds, and I've lost that final pound that I have on, I am going to face Jake Griffiths for the Cruiserweight Championship. It's not the title that I dreamed of holding, but that doesn't matter to me anymore. All I care about right now is taking away what Jake loves, and that is beating everyone down and his precious little championship. I am sick of people with their own personal issues taking things out on me. I had it last season, and I've got it now. And I am sick of being people's punching bag. I will be fighting for everyone who has been ambushed by Jake Griffiths or John Cutter or anyone who believes that they are bigger than life itself. So you get ready for the fight of your life, Jake, because when I beat you for the title and take it from you, I will do everything in my power to make sure you never get what you want again. No more throwing your weight around, no more sneak attacks. The Cruiserweight division is going to change, and I am going to be the one to lead that change. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dino D pledges to drop the final pound next week and get himself the Hardcore Championship against Jake Griffiths, the Burrow. And you can't imagine that the Burrow is too happy about that. William Hale tonight, his scheduled opponent. And this will be a good warm-up for him. William Hale, a fantastic technical wrestler, but someone else who's no stranger to doing what's necessary to get the job done. This will be good preparation for Jake Griffiths in just 2 weeks' time. Dino D making a huge statement. Someone who's never really been interested in the Cruiserweight Championship, but now the challenge has been presented to him. It isn't really about the title for him. It's about putting down Jake Griffiths and his reign of tyranny that he's been trying to provide for weeks on end by assaulting Dino D. And I think Jake Griffiths might have picked a fight that he might not be ready for. William Hale looking very confident here tonight, as is Dino D. Bell rings and away we go, and look at Dino D just trying to drive straight for him, and that might have been a mistake, and William Hale makes him pay for it with a powerbomb. Early mistake there by Dino D, just charging in, maybe thinking he'd get a repeat as he again with the match that he had against Wilson Woodward a few weeks ago. Probably thinking he'd just run in, dominate the early stages and win the match. A second powerbomb as Dino D went for the Hurricane Rana. And what a start it's been from William Hale. Off to a really good start here, and Dino D, who clearly came out here with a game plan to just come in and dominate, hit an early Dino bite and leave. Just hasn't done that, and William Hale, as I was saying, the master of the wear and tear, getting off to a good start here. And look at that. Already taunting, and Dino D's not going to be too happy about that. Dino D been trying to start Season 2 by redeeming himself for his loss at the end of Season number 1. Insomnia against John Cutter, of course, now left the company. Sent back to the Chicago, Illinois Correctional Facility. And Dino D, I'm sure as much as he's happy about that, I'm sure he wasn't happy with the result. Big super kick right to the jaw. And for Dino D, it's all about redemption in Season number 2. Was never able to capture any gold. Was transferred to Fight Night halfway through, so never really got to gel well into a certain roster, taking William Hale to the outside. And so it's a matter of sorting himself out and making sure he's ready to push on and do better things. The Cruiserweight Championship presented itself, and yes, it's not the title he wants. I know it's not the title he wants. But it's a title opportunity, and not just that, it's an opportunity to get back at someone who's been getting in your way for weeks, beating you down. He doesn't want to spend another season being beaten and bullied around by other people who think they're better than him. Beautiful hammerlock DDT there from Dino D. Count is rising here, and everybody seems to be favoring the outside tonight. Dino D might be settling for the count out now. Count of 7, and a beautiful charging 450 splash. And Dino D, thought for a second, might have been favoring staying on the outside for the count out, but brings them both back into the ring at the count of 9. And Dino D going straight to the high-flying antics that we know him to do very well, and showing a little bit of cruiserweight prowess there as he flies in off the cover to, and that's an early 1 count. Dino D, not a natural cruiserweight, weighs in at 206 in normal weeks. And he, I mean, the pound in this kind of sport is not a hard thing to lose. Oh, God! Dino D landing very awkwardly there on the middle rope. Very well done there by Hale. Good ring awareness to use the ropes to his advantage. Now look at this. Beautiful slam down and a punch. Just like Brooke Danger did earlier on. Straight into the cover goes William Hale, trying to get Dino D out of here. And it's a 1 count. For William Hale, he's been lingering in and around the division here. Not in the cruiserweight division, but just kind of lingering around competition, trying to find himself a title shot. He had an opportunity a few weeks ago for the World Heavyweight Championship. Couldn't capture that. And maybe he is next in line to go and face for the Television Championship. I don't know. He could go for it. I don't know. Oh, and a massive DDT by William Hale. Bringing down Dino D. Now Dino D, look at this, trying to get straight back up, straight back into the action. And now the shots are still flying in here from William Hale, who has him in the corner and is going for something big here. Dino D in a lot of trouble. Look at this. Oh, and a massive drop kick across the apron. Beautiful move there by William Hale. And maybe we need to get a weight check on William Hale, see if he can go into the cruiserweight division. Look at this. Very confident William Hale, much to the displeasure of the crowd. Getting a fantastic start here on Dino D. Dragging him to the middle of the ring. Might be looking to make the cover. Or instead, look at this. And Dino D hit with a stomp, and he might want to get used to that. With Jake Griffiths, of course, using that as his weapon of choice, as he calls it, the bunny hop. And look at this once again, the master of the wear and tear, going to work here on Dino D. Straight into the cover. It's a lot of damage that Dino's taken, but a sharp kick out at 2. And now just trying to stay on top of him, William Hale. That's what he likes to do, keep the fight on the ground so he can control what's going on at all times. But Dino D going back to the game plan of relentless offense. What can he do here? There's a massive knee drop right to the skull. And now bringing him back to his feet. Might be looking for the Uranagi. Well countered by William Hale. This is what I'm talking about. Hale, such a fantastic technical wrestler. You got to imagine Jake Griffiths is enjoying every second of this, just watching on. Watching Dino D getting beaten down by William Hale, who's now even taunting because of how well of a start he's got off to in this matchup. How much longer can he keep it up, though? This has been a lot of offense. Right now, it's not getting him anywhere. The best he's done is a 2 count, and a very sharp 2 count at that. Once again, going back to the wear and tear. Well countered, though, by Dino D. Now into a collar and elbow tie-up. Oh, God! Taunted right in his face and made to pay with a huge clothesline, and almost gets it done from it. What a move by Hale. Just leaped to his feet, and what a performance we are seeing from Hale. right now not in the title picture, so he needs to show himself here tonight. Dino D putting on a fight back, that has to be said, but what a performance it's been from William Hale. Straight in off the cover, and it's only a 1 count. And to no surprise as well, Dino D really struggling here in the early stages of this contest. He's taken a lot of offense, a lot of punishment. We'll see what he can do now. Went for a big boot, but he's sent over the top rope by Hale. And Hale admiring his work, and so he should. What a performance he is putting on right now. And it's just a shame he can't seem to do that when the title is on the line, or, you know, the #1 contendership opportunity presents itself. What a performance has been, though. And now look at this. Trying to take the cheap way out up the ramp. Looking for the count-out victory. How can you do that after such a good performance? Just try and settle for count-out. You surely not. Dino D not going to let that happen, of course. Dino D very much a proud fighter. Look at this. Oh! Onto the metal ramp. Or railing, should I say. Oh my god. And I don't see Hale getting up in time to beat the count. Dino D gonna take advantage of William Hale's own mistake. Try to settle for the count out. And instead he might be counted out himself. He went face first in between the metal ramp and the railing separating the crowd. And Dino D gets the job done. And I don't think that's how he would have wanted this to go down, but William Hale gave him no choice. And that's exactly what he did there. Dino D, he got the job done, as he always seems to do when it matters. Dino D, huge win tonight, gives him momentum. Look at that clothesline. That was amazing, that one. Dino D gets the job done, sends a message to the Cruiserweight Champion. He is coming for him, and he wants to fight in 2 weeks' time at the pay-per-view. That's going to be a truly great battle. Dino D, I don't think many people have ever pictured him as a Cruiserweight Champion, but you know what? With the form he's in right now, I could see him becoming the Cruiserweight Champion. Jake Griffiths has a lot to be fearful for with this man, and I'm sure he's watching on right now, working on a game plan, because Dino D is angry. And I'm telling you what, at this current state he's in, he is going to be a serious contender for this Cruiserweight title. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some tag team action, and it's a #1 contenders match for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. That's right, the Wolfpack will be defending their newly won Tag Team Championships in 2 weeks' time and in 4 weeks' time on both separate brands. And whilst they're busy dealing with the linebacks and the League of Gods over on Mayhem, we need to determine Fight Night challenges. And for me, there's only 2 teams that are really eligible, and they are both in this ring here tonight. First team down to the ring are the Def Ninjas, who are undefeated since starting season #1, yet to take a defeat to their name, but this is usually where they've come to crumble under the pressure. They've only ever won one opportunity at the Tag Team Championships, and unfortunately for them, they've lost it, but they have grown as a team, and they are becoming really, really strong. The most unique team in all of wrestling get another chance to get a shot at the Wolfpack for the Tag Team Championships once again here tonight. Can they continue their unbeaten streak here in season #2? But they're up against another team who have definitely earned the right for these tag team titles. It is KO Oxley and Carter James. KO Oxley unable to capture a shot at the World Championship just a few nights ago at the Resurrection pay-per-view, as he lost to Bruiser Brad, who we'll be seeing in action later on tonight in the main event. But KO Oxley and Carter James, a team who have been very, very good, but been gifted very little opportunities. And with the form that these two are in right now, I can't think of a reason why they don't at least deserve this #1 contenders opportunity. At this current moment, bar the Wolfpack, of course, who are the champions, KO Oxley, Carter James, and the Def Ninjas are by far the 2 best teams on Friday Fight Night. I'm willing to put that out there. Up, down have been good, but they haven't been present enough, and they show some inconsistency. Bolton and Hart, they can't seem to even work together at this point, just to get some wins together. And the Cottrells, of course, still on probably one of the biggest losing streaks in WIW history. And an early collar and elbow tie-up here. Harry's decided to start this one off. And an interesting strategy there. An interesting choice. They've gone with KO Oxley to start this one off. And you know, KO Oxley's probably on a hype here after getting himself a world title opportunity. The general manager gave him a shot. He took it. And KO Oxley and Carter James probably put on one of the best tag team performances in a fatal four-way match I think I've ever seen, eliminating both taking out the two other competitors in that match, which I believe actually was Trevor Jackson and Wilson Woodward, if I'm not mistaken. And they went on to win that match, and it was KO Oxley that managed to be the last man standing. A good start here from KO Oxley. He's going to keep Carter James in. The two back-breaking men here, both favours the back-breakers. And tonight, they work together again. They have never had a one-on-one tag team title opportunity with the Wolfpack. And of course, remember, Wolfpack are only literally the set first, and they are like the first tag team champions. They were the second. Yeah, there's only two other teams that have held the titles other than that. That was the Chaos Twins, who held it for 5 whole days. And, of course, the League of Gods, who just held it for a month. So basically, while the whole division has been run in the tag team division by the Wolfpack, they have never faced Oxley and James one-on-one for the tag team championships. Def Lordicus in now, and look at this, straight in with kicks and strikes, and now looking for something a bit more showy-offy, if that's a thing. And Harry and Def Lordicus, the most unique team, are 3-0 in season number 2. They have been absolutely fantastic, doing everything that they said they would do. They said after winning the Glitch of the Year award at the WIW award show, they said that that was just the beginning of things for the Def Ninjas, and things are only going to get better. And you know what? So far, they haven't failed to live up to their word. They've been a fantastic team, getting some big wins, but now they've got to win the big one. They always choke at the final hurdle. They can't afford to do that here tonight, because I tell you what, the form they're in, they've got a real shot of becoming the tag team champions. Beautiful dropkick by Harry. Oh, Carter James trying to tag out there. Harry doesn't let him. And the Def Ninjas, very much fan favorites as well. The most unique team in the business. Very much loved in the comment section. They are a very popular team. Look at that, Harry flying in with the athleticism. Oxley begging to be tagged in right now. Carter James under heavy fire from Harry Austin, the Flying Ninja. And Harry and Def Lordicus have had an opportunity in the Wolfpack before. It didn't go their way. They lost the championship. They never got a second chance. Both these teams with very little opportunities. And so tonight they get a huge opportunity. Tag is made again. The Def Ninjas putting on some great tag team work here. And a double forearm takedown. Trying to tag in Oxley. But right now the Def Ninjas refusing to let it happen. Carter James now. Beautiful striking combination and a knee across the jaw to round it off. And now he's going to tag out with the opportunity he's been given. And again, good tag team work from Oxley and James. And Oxley and James, do you know what? Considering they've both been saying, you know, we'll work together as a team and we'll continue our own pursuits of singles gold, they've actually worked together really, really well. Like, they've genuinely impressed me. Beautiful code breaker. And the thing is, they've helped each other to get what they wanted. Of course, KO Oxley and Carter James helped each other to capture the captain of the Mind Games team, and they became co-captains as they worked together to get it. And then, of course, KO Oxley and Carter James worked together to help get one of them a world title opportunity. KO Oxley was the lucky man who took the chance. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get that shot at Max Danger he was looking for. But Oxley and James, they're a fantastic team who are both willing to help each other reach new heights in WIW, and that's all you can ask for from your partner. Def Lordicus trying to make the tag there, couldn't do it. KO Oxley trying to get him behind, the king of the backbreaker, trying to escalate, and of course his wife, Diana Oxley, made her debut this week in Revolution. I'm sure he was a very proud man when that happened. And unfortunately, she couldn't get her win in her debut, but she put on one hell of a fight, that was for sure. And KO Oxley right now, struggling in the hands of Def Lordicus. Trying to crawl back to his feet and get to the corner. And what a start to this tag team match this has been. No team really standing out, both putting on a fight. Def Lordicus trying to get him in the corner there for the split-legged moonsault if he could get it. Now looking for a neck breaker. Very nicely done. Harry calling for the tag. Both teams just trying to tag out here. Oxley and Def Lordicus still the legal men though. The Wolfpack, you know, will be watching on. They're not in attendance tonight after the soreness that they probably feel from the attack last night from the linebacks, or a couple of nights ago. Oh, look at this. They're looking for the finishing touch. Double backbreaker. Beautiful backbreaker. Def Lordicus is in trouble. Into the cover. Harry's not making the save. Oh, and he nearly got it. Oxley and James, The double backbreaker gets to like a 2 3/4. And they hit that off guard there. They caught me off guard with that move. I weren't expecting them to go for the finish just yet. And I don't think they thought it was going to get the job done, but they came really, really close. And now look at this. Defloricus getting himself some breathing room as he tosses into the outside. What a start to this tag team encounter between these two. And now look at this. KO Oxley has him up. Oh, it just drops him down on the apron. Defloricus in trouble here. He's taking quite a bit of a beating now. And he's struggling to get some momentum forward. Oxley straight back to his feet. Went to try and get his hands on Defloricus, but well countered. What can Defloricus do now? To the corner, looking again for the split-legged moonsault. Can he land it this time? No, once again scouted by Oxley and James. And now look at this. Catching the leg and transforming it straight into an ankle lock here. Oh, now look at this. Transitioning through all the way. And he's taking a lot of damage here. Defloricus in a lot of trouble as the submission hold is applied. No ropes. Oh, look at this. Trying to twist round. Trying to break the hold if he can. And he does. Defloricus escapes. Very nicely done by Defloricus. We're still in search for that finishing touch. We can't get it. And now look at this. More shots coming in. Doesn't make the tag. And I think Oxley saw what Carter James had in mind. Looking for the shotgun drop kick here. Oxley and James. Massive drop kick across the jaw. Gets straight back into the ring and straight into the cover. Harry this time feeling the need to come and make the save, and he does. The count of 2, they make the save. Now Oxley trying to deal with Harry here. The referee needs to get control of this match because Oxley and Harry battling it out in the ring as well as the 2 legal men. And Harry trying to fight off KO Oxley at the same time as Carter James trying to get the jump on Defloricus. And now look at this. Carter James staying in control there of the situation with Samoan Driver. His partner's been taken out now by the Flying Ninja. And that might just give Defloricus the opportunity he needs to make the tag. Went for the kick. Once again caught by Carter James. Carter James, what a performance he is putting on so far here in this matchup. Gets him behind. I thought maybe he was going kill switch. Instead into a suplex. And Oxley and James are off to a good start in this matchup. They're trying to find the finishing blow. They haven't been able to find it just yet. But they're doing well. Now look at this. Playing to the crowd. KO Oxley and Carter James. No, they're in control, but look at this. One mistake could be costly. To the corner again. Looking for the split-legged moonsault one more time. Can he set him up for it? Yes, slams him down. Might be able to get him. His partner's down as well. Oxley in trouble. Beautiful standing moonsault. Look at this. Into the cover. Is he going to get it? Oh, and a 2 count off the split-legged moonsault. Well saved by Oxley, who had to spring back to life here to get that save. What a rescue by KO Oxley. And now look at this, the Death Ninjas taking time to pose on the outside here, enjoying themselves. And now I think Defloricus has eyes on an ending, looking for a mandible claw, setting himself up for it. Oxley knows he needs to get round in time to make sure his partner doesn't get counted out here. But look at this, taken down with the mandible claw, straight into the cover here on Carter James. Is the unbeaten streak still alive? Huge save by Oxley. And look at this now, look at this, Defloricus taking out Oxley and slams him down and plays to the crowd some more as he runs rings around Carter James. And look at this, slamming him down. He is hyped up now, a sudden lease of life here from the Death Ninjas. Trying to fight back after the strong start from Oxley and James. The fists flying in here from all directions here from Defloricus. Defloricus re-exploding into this match. He hasn't been the best member of his team tonight by far, but now all of a sudden he's exploding into this ring. And now look at this. Into the corner again, looking for a second split-legged moonsault. Kick to the gut this time. Split-legged moonsault. And Harry and Defloricus might have a window of opportunity now while his partner's down. Carter James still fighting on. Spinning back fist. Trying to keep him down. Oh, look at that. Went a bit ambitious there with the springboard and made to pay for it. Oxley trying to fight on. And look at this. Playing to the crowd himself now. Oh, and went for the kick. Misses. Can Defloricus counter? Oh, look at this. Straight in Mandible Claw. Mandible Claw, and he's not letting go. He's not letting go. Is he going to tap? He does. He taps out. He's tapped. The Mandible Claw works. The Death Ninjas win. I don't believe it, but the Death Ninjas have a shot at the Tag Team Championships again. The unbeaten run of the Death Ninjas continues. Harry and Defloricus get the job done. They are going to face the Wolfpack in 2 weeks' time for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. And look at that. Look at what it means to them. They can't believe it. The unbeaten run of Season 2 for the Death Ninjas continues. And they have got themselves a shot at the Fight Night Tag Team titles. The most unique tag team in all of wrestling. Conquer Carter James and KO Oxley tonight. Commiserations to them, but a huge win for the Death Ninjas. And the Wolfpack better watch out, because with the momentum that they're on, the Death Ninjas could be serious favourites to take the titles away from them right now. The fans want to see it. I have no idea if they're going to be able to do it, but we'll have to see in 2 weeks' time. Huge win for the Death Ninjas tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Once again at the pay-per-view, I asked for a challenge. Once again, I was given some loser to fight, and once again, I destroyed him. I said if a challenge wasn't given to me, then I would make things a living hell for everyone here. I have been more than generous, Teddy, and yet I still get no respect around here. I have beaten everyone you have put in front of me, and yet you still throw nobodies into the ring to die at the hand of the Titan. I am tired of waiting around now, so you people will stop.
I'm sorry a million times. Wish I could erase the fact I am not a perfect man. It sounds like such a...
The hero of wrestling has arrived, and he's here to help you out. You say you want a challenge? You say you want to fight the best on the brand? Well, here's your chance. It just so happens I'm available as an opponent too. And I am telling you now, if you want to fight with the best in the roster, you ain't going to get off to a better start than me. So how about it? This is a joke, right? Like, you're not serious. I said a challenge. I said top of the card. So please explain to me how a loser with a crappy rip-off Superman logo who has never won a title before is top of the card. Don't be absurd. You are not a match for me. You know what? I'm starting to think that no one here is at this point. I'll tell you what. Why don't you come back to me when you have done something meaningful in your career? Then maybe I'll spare you a minute of my time to kick your ass in this ring. Interesting. So you're saying I've never achieved anything, but didn't you lose the Road to Glory tournament? Didn't you only get here because people voted for you? You didn't earn a spot, you just won a popularity contest. You know, you think you're all that, but you've already shown to me that you're not really what you claim to be. You don't want to fight me? Fine. Just as well, because you clearly can't hang with the big boys anyway. But I don't see anyone else lining up to fight you. And why would they be? So I'll ask you one more time. Do you want to fight me? I'm sorry, you're saying I have achieved nothing? I've been here for 5 minutes and I've dominated everyone who I've fought. Whereas you've been here a whole year and you still have as many titles as I already do. So if you're still insistent on dying at the hand of the Titan, then be my guest. Save it to the pay-per-view though, so I can enjoy myself publicly, embarrassing you. But you have been warned, and if you do change your mind, then be sure to not turn up. Trust me, it'll be safer that way. I'll see you there. Main event of the evening then, and it is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bruiser Brad in action, accompanied to the ring with his partner, Big Boss. The Blood Brothers are here. It's just singles action though for Bruiser Brad. Of course, getting some warm-up for his match with Max Danger in a few weeks' time. Max Danger, of course, is not here again tonight, as he has been absent for quite some time. But Bruiser Brad is here with his partner, and he is taking on his father, Chris Danger. Chris Danger, of course, the man who was injured by Big Boss, his tag team partner, tonight steps into the ring with Bruiser Brad, and it wouldn't surprise me to see those two stare down at some point. But the Blood Brothers are here, and Bruiser Brad getting himself a warm-up. He has been on a rampage as of late with the wins that he's been racking up. He was given one opportunity by the GM, and he took it. And of course, some people believe he doesn't deserve that opportunity, but he has got it. He took it well, and he has done just what he said he would. Here come the Danger family, or two members of it. Chris Danger, of course, once again accompanied by Brooke. And Chris hasn't had exactly the dream return he would have liked. Was unable to beat King Sam a few weeks ago, and then open challenge against Big Willie at the pay-per-view. Was unable to capture that. But for Chris Danger, who leads now for the first time his sister down to the ring as the women's champion. He's the only Danger without a title, and I'm sure there must be a bit of a mix of pride and jealousy. It's been a long time between titles for Chris Danger. Has never won a title in WIW, and to watch both of his siblings succeed as champions, it might be a little bit disheartening. But at the same time, it's pride to watch, you know, Brooke, his sister, and his son Max succeed. He's taught him everything he knows, so in a sense he makes him champion as well. But they are here, the Danger family, and Chris steps up again tonight in the main event, and we'll see how he does. Bruiser Brad needs a good showing here tonight and to send a message to the World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm sure he'll be looking to do that. Bell rings and away we go, and the kicks and strikes flying in here from Chris Danger early on. The size difference actually isn't that bad. Bruiser Brad ain't exactly the tallest man in the world, but he definitely always has the size advantage. And after taunting, he allowed Chris Danger back in the ring. And an early sign of respect there from Bruiser Brad. There's something you don't see every day. And Chris Danger with a beautiful rolling neck breaker. Very nicely done. A lot of people, like I say, believe that Bruiser Brad didn't deserve the opportunity to get the world title. Didn't deserve to be a world champion. He believed all that and more thoroughly. And Bruiser Brad, he was given that opportunity. And when he got that opportunity, he took advantage. And once again, another standoff, and wanted to get a bit of sign of respect there between the two as they allow each other to get back into the ring. And quite a respectful start between two people who haven't exactly been the nicest people in the world as of late. Bruiser Brad trying to hype up the crowd, much to the crowd's displeasure. Blood Brothers given no reason to get behind the Blood Brothers, that is for sure. And the crowd eagerly watching on as Chris Danger, the legend of wrestling, has been around the world, has done it all. He's just never done it here in WIW. And you've got to wonder how long he can keep going. Like I say, his son and his sister is, you know, they're in now, they're competing, they're champions. How much longer does Chris Danger actually have left in the tank? He's been wrestling for a long time. He must be up there in age now, especially with his son, you know, coming into wrestling. He's still such a young age, his son, but still. Hold on a minute, look out, what a massive splash in the corner by Bruiser Brad. Looks like we might be wrapping this one up early. Splash in the corner into the cover. Chris is in danger. Manages to get the shoulder up. And Max must be watching on now. Watching his father under heavy fire here from his #1 contender. Once again, he hasn't showed up. And I wonder what Chris thinks of that. Oh, but look at this. Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye against the momentum. And Chris Danger has a perfect opportunity. Oh, he was lining for the super kick. But Bruiser Brad got up a little earlier than anticipated. And I think Chris Danger thought he had that chance there to put that away. Well saved though by Bruiser Brad. Saves himself and keeps himself alive. Now look at this, looking for the suplex. It's going to be hard to get him up, and he can't even do it. Oh, look at this, scooped up. Chris Danger now in a bit of trouble on the ropes as he's dropped down from quite a height. Straight into the cover off that drop, though. And Chris Danger gets the shoulder up. And Bruiser Brad will be grateful that he has his partner at ringside here tonight. You've got to imagine when they collide at the pay-per-view, all of the Danger family will be at ringside, as I'm sure Big Boss will be as well. Look at that massive knee lift. And Chris Danger, can he find a finishing touch potentially in this matchup? Can he find something big here? And he tosses his son's #1 contender over the top rope. And look at this. Bruiser Brad being helped up to his feet by his tag team partner. That is a loyal tag team partner right there. These two biggest men in WIW working together very well there. Now Bruiser Brad straight back in and straight back on the attack. Brooke Danger, the Fight Night Women's Champion, watching on the outside. The Danger family really taking over here in WIWs of late. Imagine if Chris could get his hands on the title. Look at this, Chris Danger now. The legs working away. And that would help. Imagine if he could get him like a leg injury coming into the match with Max Danger, who could apply the Max Lock to get it done. Very nicely done by Chris. And now Chris in the corner. Oh, was lining up for the super kick, but Big Boss with the distraction. And Bruiser Brad now might be able to take advantage as he takes him from behind and slams him down. Did you see Brooke's face? She was not too pleased about it. Big slam down by Bruiser Brad. Straight into the collar off the pump handle suplex. 2 count. And look at this. Bruiser Brad playing to the crowd again. Really trying to get the crowd behind him all of a sudden. Didn't really care about the crowd before. But now all of a sudden he really wants to see them get behind him. Bruiser Brad fighting strong here. Big Boss helping him out as much as he can here. And now look at this. This could be the end. Gets him up. Locks in the bear hug. This tapped out so many people already this season. Is Chris Danger the next on the list? This is a lot of pressure applied to the abdomen. But look at this. He's let go of the hold. Big decision there by Bruiser Brad to let go of the hold. I think he sensed that Chris was going to break it anyway. Chris came flying at him there, full body across. And he still couldn't get it. Going to go for the cover now, but look at this. Chris. That is the true heart of Chris Danger. Straight back to his feet. Not laying down to the big man despite the offense. Do you see that? Tossed like 10 feet into the air by Bruiser Brad. Still fighting back is Chris, but Bruiser Brad just too powerful. Look at the power behind these chops. Flattens him with the punch. Bruiser Brad in control. But Chris Danger, we know, can turn the tide with a couple of good strikes. And he's tossed nearly out of the ring there, right on the edge, with that massive toss. And Brooke Danger must be worried about what she's seeing right now. Bruiser Brad in control. And Chris struggling to... Look at that! Went for the knee, but it was sidestepped. And that could be problematic. But Bruiser Brad in complete control. And now look at this. Looking for a bonsai drop. Drops him perfectly. But it's a rope break. It's a rope break. And another attempt to end the match goes astray. Somehow Chris Danger still fighting on in this match. Much to the displeasure of Bruiser Brad, who probably thought he had this match won several times already. Look at this. Went for a cutter there. Well sidestepped by Chris, who was trying to go for the legs. Couldn't catch it. Right near the ropes here. The referee not forcing the break, but Chris back to his feet. The leader of the Danger family, the eldest, of course, of the bunch. Now fighting on. Massive jumping DDT by Chris. And what a main event we have been treated to here. But look at this. Once again, Big Boss catching the eye of Chris Danger. And it could be costly this time. Oh, from behind, a massive headbutt. And spins round into a toss. Bruiser Brad once again playing to the crowd here. Stares down Chris Danger, who is clearly hurt. Clearly in a lot of pain here. And Bruiser Brad just admiring the work he's put on. Watching Chris crawl back to his feet now. And Bruiser Brad might want to be careful if he gets caught watching here. Look at this. Oh! Try to fly in with the super kick, but clearly he saw it coming. Oh, bear hug. No. Well sidestepped by Chris. Chris does well to avoid the bear hug. What now? These two back and forth right now, trying to fight on. Another counter by Bruiser Brad as he gets back into the ring. Trying to grab him again, and he couldn't do it. What a fight between these two. A nice little sequence back and forth. Chris Danger just couldn't do much. And Bruiser Brad came flying at him. Bruiser Brad now dragging him to the middle of the ring, dragging him away from the ropes. Doesn't want to make that mistake again. Into the cover. Chris Danger, does he have anything left in the tank? Yes, he does. 2 count. Bruiser Brad has been in control for the majority of the match, but is yet to find a finishing touch. The bear hug has not worked. This bonsai drop ended in a rope break. And Big Boss must be wondering at this point what his partners, how much help he can provide. He's given a lot of help. Went for the knee again. Well sidestepped by Bruiser Brad once again. Now Chris landing the strikes, just trying to take the big man off his feet. Bruiser Brad's not falling. Chris just punches and kicks and strikes, doing everything he can. He just can't seem to get him. There's the neck snap. And now just wearing him down on the ground. He finally got him down and trying to keep him down. But Big Boss and Bruiser Brad must be enjoying this, because they have got off to a great start, but now all of a sudden they're under a bit of pressure. Bruiser Brad needs to keep fighting on here, and once again, Big Boss gets himself involved, and Chris looking very agitated on the outside. The referee continues to allow this to happen, but look at this, trying to stay on the offensive here. But the strikes, again, looking to unfaze Bruiser Brad. He looks pretty much unfazed by it. Look at this. Looking for a sidewalk slam and takes him down right in the middle of the ring. Brooke watching on. This has been an amazing performance from Chris, but it might not be for much. Oh, the bonsai drop. This should be it to get Chris done, and he's done. Bruiser Brad with the bonsai drop defeats the father of the World Heavyweight Champion. And Chris, that must be a huge disappointment. A match where he looked like at times he could win that. Looked for his best strikes, kicked out of everything that Bruiser Brad had to offer. But the missed knee fell into a bonsai drop. And Bruiser Brad gets the job done. It tells the referee to get out the ring so he can celebrate on his own accord. But a huge victory for the Blood Brothers heading into the pay-per-view. Big Boss was a big help in that match. Bruiser Brad was put through his paces though. But in the end, gets the job done. A huge victory here tonight for Bruiser Brad. And that's going to give him momentum coming into the World Heavyweight Championship match with Max Danger in just a few weeks' time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap things up for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you were new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.